This is downtown Saint Petersburg, Florida on a Friday night, and this is the area that has all the bars and clubs. So on the right is a place called One Night Stand, which is a country bar. It has a mechanical bull that you can ride, pretty crazy. And over here is some small clubs. I think there's two of them. And this is where people who get really dressed up come. You see a few limos outside. So a lot of bachelor parties, people celebrating birthdays kind of places here. This is just a few small places off the main part. The main part of the downtown St. Petersburg bars are the block that's diagonally across the street. When you get to the corner here, you can see all the lights. So that block, the whole block is basically bars and clubs. So I'm going to walk all the way around the block so you can see everything that's on there. Now, tonight is a Friday night, and it just happens to be the first Friday of the month, and so they have a promotion down here called First Friday, where they close off one of these streets and you can walk around in the street, and they usually have some live band playing for free in the street, and it lasts till about, I don't know, 10 11 o'clock, something like that. But the amount of people here, doesn't slow down until they close, which is about 3 o'clock in the morning, if I remember right. There's also a live music venue here called Janice Live, and it's an outdoor venue. You'll see as I pass by it, you'll see the entrance to it. And tonight there happens to be a live concert going on. I think it's part of the First Friday, and it happens to be a AC/DC cover band. And I actually went into it later, and it was pretty good. So here it is coming up. This place is called Janice Live, and there's a lot of bands playing here all the time on the weekends. Other, better known bands. You have to buy tickets, but on this night it's free. So there it is to the right. You just go in there, and it's like a courtyard where the concert is. And next to it is this other place called the Ringside Cafe, and it's a bar with kind of a dance floor and a stage, and they have live bands here every weekend, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and they vary, different kinds of bands. See what they got going on tonight and see what the crowd looks like in there for a second. So they're playing some, older rock tonight, it seems, and definitely a bit of an older crowd. It seems like 30 and above here. The thing about this block with all the bars is it has a little bit of everything. So obviously it's skewed towards a younger crowd for sure. There's a college close by that a lot of college students come from, but there's definitely an older crowd here as well. And if this is a little too crowded for you, 1 or 2 blocks down along the park, there's another kind of a strip area that is more restaurants, but has a few bars as well as a hotel kind of bar on a rooftop. And that's definitely an older crowd over there, more sophisticated crowd, I would say, than this is the more, partying, drinking a lot, loud kind of crowd for sure. And you can see in all these places, each one has a bit of a different vibe. Some of them are kind of outside, some of them are only inside, and some of them are a little bit of both. So here's one that's outside called Caddies. And this is around, I think around midnight in June of 2018. And you see it's pretty crowded even this late at night. There's a lot going on, a lot of different kind of people here and different kind of places. So you see one place looks kind of upscale like a lounge, and next door, you know, it could be completely different and more crazier. And some of these bars like this one here, they sometimes have some live music. So some of these places there's a jazz live music place as well around the corner. Another bar here, and up towards the corner is actually another place. It's a cigar bar. So you see people hanging out smoking cigars. I even see them in the daytime when I'm walking through here. And there is also a sushi place around the corner. It's not open that late, but I see a lot of people, you know, drinking and having some sushi here. There was two pizza places, really good Brooklyn kind of pizza, but one of them closed down. So there's only one left, and you see people just devouring pies, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, soaking up the alcohol. So this is the corner here, and I'm going to go around the block, show you the whole block. So on the other side of the block is where there's a few clubs and some bigger like Irish type bars, and those are really packed. I mean, pretty much all times of the night. So over here is kind of a mellow jazz kind of bar place. I think it's called Rubies. And so it's definitely a more chill vibe than some of these other places. And then next to it you have some food places that are open all night for some really kind of trashy, greasy food that you need if you're drinking a lot out here. So I think it's a taco place and maybe a guy selling hot dogs or sausages or something. But there's always a line at all of these places all night long. And I think this guy is selling hot dogs. So that's one side, another side of the block, and so far this is 3 sides you've seen, and now I'm gonna head around the corner. This is, I gotta say, this is probably the most busiest, craziest part of the block here, because like I said, there's also a few clubs, and it's definitely kind of like a young people's clubs for sure. So looks a little bit like Mardi Gras type buildings where you got these iron balconies on the 2nd floor. That's just the look that, you know, the impression that I got when I first saw this place here. So I don't know if you can see the balconies from here, but see how crowded this place gets. There's always a million cops out here too, just to keep everybody in line, because, you know, there's a lot of drunks and sometimes there's fights and whatnot. But I guess this is outside the club here. The 2nd floor, if you can see it a little bit. And then there's these big Irish bars like Denton's and I don't know the name of them, but they're pretty big, and so they're like Irish bars with huge kind of dance floors and tables and whatnot. So I mean, these places get really packed. And I walk through here during the daytime when I come down to walk, and it's pretty funny to see these places at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday or something like that. I mean, they're completely empty. Nobody there. But on Friday, Saturday night, I mean, you could barely walk down the street. A lot of people just walk in the street because it's so busy. So right through that gate is is that venue, Janice Live. I guess that's another exit for it. So you have these outside bars here where you sit on stools right on the outside. Cool place to be in the summer because then it's not so hot, so not a bad thing to sit outside and catch a drink and watch the people going by. So this is almost at the end of the block here, and we're gonna walk by the one pizza place that's left. You probably see a bunch of people eating over here. So this is it, Joey Brooklyn Pizza, and it's actually pretty good pizza. I mean, you see the line forming outside. This place always has a line, so yeah, the pizza's pretty good actually. So this is back around the block where I started at, and you see over to the left diagonally is the street that I came up, which is First Avenue North, and this is 2nd Street North. So this corner is First Avenue North and 2nd Street North. You can look it up on Google Maps. So that's my video. Thanks for watching. And give me a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe if you want to see more videos.